Hello, this is Kana Chokiak, and I'm going to show you a little bit about this map that I've created, but I want to show you the process in which I did. So I did a search within Scopus, which is a online academic journal or academic repository, and I searched for the keywords technical communication and social justice. And I limited my search to Technical Communication Quarterly, the Journal of Technical Writing and Communication, JTWC, Technical Communication, IEEE Transactions on Professional Communication, as well as their conference, and the Journal of Business and Technical Communication. And from those parameters, I received 35 results. There are 35 documents that are technical communication, social justice, as well as um, fitting within these 5 journals. Okay, and now I have gone over to the VOS or VOS viewer, and I have imported an Excel document that has authors, keywords, titles, links, citations into this program. And we are looking now at keywords. There are many keywords that have happened, but you can see that there are 23 keywords that I've used, and those have at least where they're linked with at least another keyword. So there are random keywords out there, like there's over 200, but I wanted ones that were somehow had a link so they wouldn't be just dots out in space. So let's take a look at this map. You'll notice down here in the corner there is a color. So as it gets more purple dark, that is an older article, and as it's more yellow, it is newer. So if we look at the social justice area with the keywords, right, where they at least link once, social justice is by and large pretty yellow. So that means social justice work within these journals is a relatively recent keyword that keeps happening and they are linked with ethnography. Social justice is linked with ecology, inclusion, plain language, philosophy, transportation, professional communication, and technical writing, right, and technical communication. You can see over here with ethics, that is a darker uh, node, so that is a little bit older citations, and it's linked with technical writing, usability, technical communication, and professionalism. If you go to intercultural communication, right, it's interesting that it's not linked with social justice as a keyword, but it's looked at with professionalism, public policy, public engagement, transportation. Obviously, there's intercultural and then intercultural, so those are the same thing, but they've been just keyworded a little bit different. And then a large node is technical writing. And technical writing has been keyworded or linked with a bunch of these keywords, like collaboration, for example, professionalism, translation, right? Um, Professional communication, transportation. And so you can go around this map and you can see how keywords are linked together. All right, now I am looking at co-citations. So these are times that authors in technical communication are being cited together. So we're going to go over to Rebecca Walton's, and you can see that she is cited together. So somebody has put her in relationship with these other authors. So for one example, you can see her with Clay Spinuzzi, right? Another author that she is often related to is Kristen Moore. So you could see actually the line between Kristen Moore and Rebecca Walton is a little thicker than the other lines. Here's Natasha Jones, and you can see the line between Natasha Jones and Rebecca Walton are pretty thick. So these are different networks of authors that are within social justice and technical communication, or they are used in the work that describes social justice issues within technical communication. One thing to note in this map, because there are many authors that are related that have been used in citations, right? People who are referenced in technical communication publications talking about social justice. But they, in this map, they have to be referenced at least 5 times in order to make the cut. And so from 1,865 authors, this has been cut down to 50. And in fact, Natasha Jones's uh, network should be a little bit bigger, but she publishes under N.N. Jones, and there's some other publications that have her as N. Jones. And so I wasn't able to add that data to this set, and I chose to have just one Natasha Jones point instead of having two of them and having that be confused. But you can see how she is related throughout technical communication scholarship dealing with social justice. And here's the map just as a larger scale, and you could see the lines. If I were to zoom into this map, zoom closer and closer, right, I can see, for example, Rebecca's line, and as I can zoom farther and farther in, and you could just see how different people, like Bernadette Longo, for example, how she's related to various people. So, I mean, in this viewing, it's not as useful as looking at this as a kind of further back, right? Bernadette Longo has tendrils and is associated with Dorothy Windsor, Clay Spinuzzi, Rebecca Walton, Carolyn Miller, right? Godwin Adboka. We read a Rood article earlier, so you could see who Rood, right? The methodologies or the mapping article that we read, you could see who Rood has been associated with by other authors, right? This is not Rebecca or other like technical communication authors associating themselves. It is them being associated together through references by other authors, right? They're the relationships that they've been put together from the field versus from themselves. And here is another map based on this same 35 articles, the original data, looking at authors that cite one another. So you could see Rebecca tends to be cited and cite other people quite a bit. So we can zoom in on this one because this map will be a little bit better if we zoom in, right? You can see that Rebecca is associated with Natasha Jones, right? Kristen Moore, Peterson, right? And so you could see, like, as you zoom in closer, you can see some of these dots, these clusters, a little clearer. You can see over here on the right-hand side, there is Jared Colton, and he is associated, he cites Agboka, and Agboka cites him, right? And then you can see who Agboka cites and gets cited back. So Agboka has self-selected and been selected by these other authors as citing each other's work. So this is like the previous map showed other authors putting people together. This is a map that shows how authors themselves associate, and they need to just associate at least once in order to make this map. So at any rate, I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about social justice and technical communication. We looked at keywords. We looked at authors being grouped together by other authors. And then we've also looked at citations, relationships through their own scholarship. So Rebecca Walton citing Godwin Agboka, and Godwin Agboka citing back Rebecca Walton. So you could see how people are linked within our field of technical communication in the subset of social justice. Thanks for watching.